today. My name's Eric. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to check out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make smoked sous vide baby back ribs. Now, baby back ribs are one of my favorite dishes to cook on the smoker, and that's usually how I do it. But this time, I'm going to try to cook them via sous vide and then add some smoke flavor at the end to see if I can get the same type of flavor that I typically get when I cook them in my pit barrel cooker. My pit barrel cooker is my go-to way for cooking ribs. I'll leave a link below to the video where actually it was the first video I did when I got my pit barrel cooker, and I did 3 racks of baby back ribs. And that thing is a rib cooking machine. It has been my go-to for cooking ribs ever since I tried it that way. But you know what? This time I'm going to try to sous vide these for 14 hours to get them real tender, and then I'm going to finish them off on the kettle grill, you know, to try to add that smoky flavor that's usually missing when you sous vide cook food. The other thing I'm really excited about and what got me motivated to do baby back ribs was I got some seasonings and barbecue sauce from a company called Bob's Smoking Southern Barbecue. I'll leave a link below to their website. But they were very nice. They reached out to me and said, hey, we'd like to send you some samples. Feel free to do a video and try them. If you like them, great. So when I saw this one, wing and rib rub, that gave me the excuse to do a couple rack of ribs. And then they also have 2 barbecue sauces I'm kind of excited to try. This one's barbecue and dipping sauce. It's a North Carolina sweet and tangy, okay? And then this one is also North Carolina, but they call it the spicy barbecue, savory and zesty seasoning. So, you know what? I'm going to try both. I might do 1 rack with one and 1 rack with the other, and we'll try them out and see how they taste. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. So the first thing you want to do is rinse the ribs off very well, okay? And the next thing is we want to remove this membrane on the back side of the ribs. I've shown you guys this a few times before. What I usually do is just take a butter knife, and you can see it. It's this kind of white film that's on the back here. And this one's already, it looks like that membrane's been split right down the length of the ribs. But just kind of wiggle your knife underneath this skin until you can kind of get your finger in there a little bit. And then once you get your finger in there, you can get a little bit of it. It's really slippery. So I find if you take a paper towel and then grab that little edge, and then you see here, you kind of peel off that thick membrane like so. I just cut them into like half slabs right down the middle. So now we're just going to generously put some of this Bob's, what is it here? I'll take a look at it. Bob's Smokin' Southern Barbecue wing and rib rub seasoning, okay? So you know how this works. This isn't too complicated. Just put a nice, good dose. I think that's about it. They're looking pretty good. Just going to give them 1 more dose, and then I'll get them sealed up in some food saver bags. I'll be back in a second to show you how they look when we're all done. Alright, here you are. I've vacuum sealed all 4 of them. Now whenever you're going to cook something sous vide over like 6 to 8 hours, this is going to go for 14. Just take an extra second and double seal it on both sides, because the last thing you need is to be 10 hours in and have one of the seals spring a leak. So it doesn't take that much extra time to just do a double seal. So I'm going to go throw these in the refrigerator, enjoy the rest of my afternoon, and I'll meet you guys back here later on tonight when I throw them in the sous vide bath. See you in a little bit. Alright, welcome back. I'm ready to put them in. It's reached 155 degrees. I'm going to put all 4 of these in, and we're going to go for 14 hours. Always make sure you don't fill it up when you put the weight of ribs and stuff in there, because obviously the water level is going to rise. I'm still cool. And luckily ribs usually don't float because the weight of the bones kind of keep them down. I have a little rack here I'm going to put down here. Oops. And then of course my sous vide balls. Helps prevent evaporation and less stress on the machine because not as much of the heat is evaporating. So okay, let's see here. 155. So 155 for 14 hours. So that's it. There's a timer. It's cycling back and forth. So we're set. Let's see, it's around 9 o'clock. This will be ready just before lunchtime tomorrow. So I'll meet you guys back here then. We'll just let the sous vide do its magic. See you tomorrow. Alright, welcome back. It's the following morning. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. This just beeped. It's been 14 hours. So let me turn this off. Now, since it's 11 in the morning, I'm not going to just throw these on the grill right now to crisp up and get a little bit of smoke on them because we're going to have these for dinner. So I'm going to shock chill them in some cold water and add some ice and just put them in the fridge. This will help me too when I put them on the grill, that they'll be able to absorb more smoke because they're going to be starting off at a much colder temperature than right out of the sous vide bath. So let me get this rack out of the way. Alright, you can see quite a lot of juice. So this big pot I have here, I filled it up with a couple inches of cold tap water. And then I'm going to add some ice on top, just to, like I said, shock chill these. If I just put them in the fridge right now, they're going to take a longer time to cool down. And of course it's going to heat up other food in my fridge as well, because these are pretty hot. They're 155 degrees to be exact. There we go. Alright. So just put them in your favorite or big pot, like I have here, a stock pot, or you can put it in a casserole tray. And then I just have some ice. And I'm just going to go put this whole thing on in the fridge and just let it stay like that until I'm ready to throw these on the grill, late afternoon, early evening. So we'll be back when we're ready to throw these on the grill. See you in a little bit. Alright, before I get the grill fired up, we're going to do a beer review. This is Boulevard Brewery Bourbon Barrel Quad. Something interesting. They actually take beer and they age it up to 3 years in bourbon barrels. Pretty powerful stuff too. It says it's 11.2% alcohol. So something different. So I'll give that a shot. And here's my son Kyle. Say hi.
Hi.
And he's trying a root beer from a company out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Dang, that's good root beer. So he's gonna try that today.
That I have to say, dying.
It says dying. That's good. You got to say it with a little accent. Dying.
Except I don't have an accent. So
well, I know, but you have to say it with it. Okay.
Well, I can't. I just say dang.
Looks like your standard root beer.
If you think you don't need an accent to say a simple root beer, give this video a like. If you do think it, then give it a dislike.
Let's see what this is. Oh, this isn't as dark as I thought. Oh, I might be pouring it just a little too fast. Let me let it settle. Ooh. It smells strong. Really strong. Alright. So what does yours smell like?
Caramel, sugar.
Caramel and sugar?
Something. I can't really.
I smell hints of cherry.
Yeah, mostly just caramel and sugar.
Why do I smell cherry? Well, it's brewed and bottled by...
I smell hops.
You smell hops?
So.
Boulevard Brewing Company, Kansas City, Missouri. Alright, well...
Here we go.
Looking forward to some barbecue back ribs shortly. Cheers, Kyle. As always, guys, cheers. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Surprisingly good. It's not as thick, not as strong as I anticipated. It's got a little bit of a bite at the end when you the final taste, but it's pretty smooth. I taste a little bit of vanilla, like toffee, and I still have a little taste of cherry. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty powerful, but it's good. I'm not really picking up any of the bourbon, or what you would think is bourbon, but maybe the flavors I'm tasting is coming from aging in the bourbon barrels. What about yours, man? You almost drank the whole thing.
It tastes like there's it tastes mostly like normal root beer, but then it tastes like it kind of has like it's not not strong, but it's not like really strong. But you can taste, what would you call it? I would say either butterscotch or vanilla.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know what one it is though.
So compared to your other favorite root beers, what do you think? How would you score this from 5 being the best, 1 being the worst?
Probably like a 3 or a 4.
Okay. So pretty good. Better than average then.
Yeah, better than average, but not...
All right. Well, thanks for participating in my beverage review. I'm going to go outside and fire up the kettle grill. This shouldn't take too long. I'm going to try to keep that temperature down as low as possible because I would love to get some smoke on those ribs. And since they're going to be nice and cold and they're going to be wet because they're still in the sous vide bag, I'm hoping they'll be able to absorb some smoke. I don't want to bring them up too much hotter than 155 degrees. That's the temperature I sous vide at. So I'm going to see how long it takes. It could take anywhere from a half hour to maybe 2 hours tops. I'm guessing maybe an hour to an hour and a half. All right. Thank you, Kyle. Cheers.
Cheers.
Meet you guys outside in a few minutes. All right, so I removed the ribs from the sous vide bags. They're nice and cold, and I'm just going to let them sit here for a second while the kettle grill gets warmed up. I did try both of these sauces, and they're a little on the sweet side, but I think I'm preferring the spicy one. So I think I will do a couple with the spicy and a couple with the regular. Now there's a couple different ways you can do this. If you were pushed for time and you didn't have enough time to ice, shock them and then put them in the fridge for several hours, you can just put them straight on the grill. In fact, some people suggest just do a nice hot fire, throw them directly over the coals, base some barbecue sauce on them to caramelize, flip them, a couple times, maybe cook them 8 to 10 minutes until they get nice and crispy and the sauce gets caramelized because they're perfectly cooked. What I'm going to try to do is add a little bit of smoke flavor, so that's why I chilled them down, and now I'm going to try to get that kettle grill as low as possible, maybe 140 to 180 degrees, and add some wood chips just to get a little bit of smoke flavor, and that's going to take a little bit longer, obviously, for these ribs to heat up. So hopefully they'll be able to absorb some smoke. So I'll meet you guys outside. I apologize, it's already getting dark out, but that's one of the disadvantages February in Southern California. It's not even 6 o'clock in the evening and it's already pitch black outside, but I moved the kettle grill close to the front of the house where our porch light is, so hopefully you guys will be able to see it. But we'll meet you outside in a few minutes. Alright, I just wanted to show you how I set up the grill here. I did the snake method, just layered the charcoal from one end to the other, and I just lit this end over here, and I put some wood chips. I'm using a 50-50 mixture of apple and hickory. That's kind of my go-to blend. And I don't need a lot of high heat. We just want to add a little bit of smoke, and we want to bring these up to temperature. 140 to 150 degrees. If it goes a little warmer than that, I'm not stressed on it. But that's it. So you can see I got the coals down here already lit. I'll just put the ribs on now. Alright, and the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to add a little bit of wood chips here over the lit coals, because I do want to add smoke. Like I said, 50-50 combo, apple and hickory. Use whatever you'd like. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to put the cover on it, and we're just going to let these go. And don't go too far. You want to come back and check them. I might have to spin the ribs around. Obviously, the meat facing the coals are probably going to cook a little bit faster, so I might rotate them, you know, halfway through the cooking time. So there we go. We'll be back later. All right, it's been around 45 minutes. Nice smoke coming on. Let's take a look at these. See how we're coming along. Oops. Yeah, I'm around just under 175, which is perfect. And I still got a nice smoke on it, and yeah. You know what? I'm just going to let this go. This is perfect. See if I can get another 45 minutes to an hour of smoke on it. And the last part of it, I'll kick the fire up a little bit and apply some sauce. But in the meantime, we'll let it go. We'll be back later. Both my wife and myself seem to like this spicy one a little bit better. It offsets the sweetness. So I'm going to put this on a couple slabs. Let's see. I'll put on the two on the left, or at least the left from my point of view. Yeah, I'm going to spread some of this sauce on here. Get it to caramelize a little. I'm going to put the regular sauce on the two on this end. I do have to say I like the unique bottle design with these ceramic corks. Definitely unique. Alright, there's this hot and spicy. Let me get the regular. Alright, here's just a plain old barbecue sauce on my right. Oh, it looks good. Yeah, hopefully I can get another half hour out of these. Fire's good. Alright. Not too hot, but just hot enough. There's enough wood on there. Let this go another half hour or so. They're just about done. We'll be back. Alright, I'm just going to turn these over and apply some sauce on the other side. Just about done. Let's check them out. Yeah, just around 200 degrees. This has been a nice temperature. Let's see if I can get a somewhat of an accurate reading here. I'm sure you're not going to be able to see it with this light. Yeah, 126, 127. So yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to now close this up and kind of put them over the hot coals directly, flip them over, apply a little bit more sauce just for a couple more minutes, and they'll come right up to temperature. They'll be perfect. Alright, here we are. I put them together. The ones over here on the left is with the regular barbecue sauce, and the one on the right here is the spicy. Look at these, man. Oh, these look good. Nice and caramelized. I brushed it a couple times with the sauce. I think they had it was a good couple hours. I was surprised, but I was able to keep the temperature low. That's the secret. They're already perfectly cooked. We just want to add some smoke flavor, and then at the end I just put them over the direct heat for a little bit to caramelize the sauce. So there you have it. Let's slice into these and see how they look. Well, here you go. I sliced them up here. Look at these things, man. They are just wonderful. I don't know if you guys can see, but look at the juice there. Man, this and a little bit of a smoke ring. These are wonderful. I'm going to try them in just 1 second. All right, the moment I've been waiting for. You know what? I think I'll try just a regular barbecue sauce first. Oh, these look so good. Oh my goodness. Not completely fall off the bone. You got to give it a little tug. But oh my goodness, the flavor. Wow. Plenty of smoke flavor. I can't believe it. I've never smoked ribs after I sous vide them. In fact, I never did that combination before. I did sous vide just ribs by themselves with a little bit of liquid smoke, and I didn't really like it, but man, this is wonderful. Okay. I gotta try one with the hot and spicy. This barbecue sauce is good. I like it. Okay, but let's try the hot and spicy one. Wow. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it like this, definitely, if you got a sous vide and you can smoke it for a couple hours at a lower temperature. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it. Look how juicy that is. I'm telling you, I don't think this gives my normal method, hanging up in a pit barrel cooker, a run for the money, really. And I'm surprised to hear myself say that, because that was my go-to method. But if you got the time, you can do it the night before and sous vide them for 14 hours. You can even go a little longer and just add 2-3 hours of smoke. If you keep the temperature low, these are wonderful. Well, as always, guys, I appreciate you watching my video. If you like it, please hit the like button. I'd love it if you subscribe. Hit the link above. That's to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again.